Hello all my Kenvians, Papa Ken here, bringing you a brand new episode of Discovering Steven Universe. And today, we begin our trek into, sort of, I don't know if you'd call it controversial, or just kind of strange realms, because we're going to be going out of order of what you'll find on sites like Hulu and others, and instead going by the Steven Universe wiki page, which the previous episode I watched was Rose's Scabbard, and by normal ordering, the next episode should be 46, The Message. However, according to the official wiki, and also an article posted by one of the main people of Steven Universe, Ian something? I forget his name off the top of my head, but the next episode, and the one I'm going to be watching in this one, is Open Book. And it gets kind of weird from there. I'll provide a link to the page in the description down below so you can follow along. But just so you know, in case you're wondering why I'm not doing the message for this episode. But anyway, continuing on, let's begin with Open Book, and let's go. If you hear any random noises in the background, it's probably Charlie. He's being a bit of a cat and licking his paws. It's weird.
The real world can't always win against the iron chains of authority. That's my theory anyway. It's just disappointing, considering I invested extra money in the hardcover copies.
Oh wow.
I wish I could give you a new ending. The temple door.
I want to say things.
I can make anything I want in there. I can make a
I can't tell if I'm more Steven or Connie, and I can't tell if Jill is more Steven or Connie in this situation when it comes to books.
Cool. This is my mom's room. I can control it. Like this.
Because Jill is definitely,
Well, give me some fin.
like when it... Oh, it is a whale!
Unbelievable. It work. The room can make stuff out of clouds. Room, I want to be a falcon.
That's adorable.
Gotta keep it simple. Okay, my turn. Room.
So-and-so Taylor. I love it.
Let's do it. Wait.
Oh, that's cool.
Whoa, you look awesome. Thanks. Okay, let's do this.
So-and-so. I love that.
At the end of the series, Lisa Wind Lizard. Look at this guy. He totally looks like a rebel. From book 4.
He looks special, alright.
No, I know he lives in the mountains, but he's just visiting before anti-authority and stuff. Sure. Okay.
Wait a minute.
So, we're stopped by the authorities? Because we're selling without a permit, right? Whatever you think. Really? Alright. And then
I think the real Connie's been replaced.
and they attack us. You want me to not do what you want? Connie.
Yep,
Are you
yep.
right? I want what?
She was made up by
What?
the room.
What? I want a tiny floating.
This took a weird turn.
Want. I know how you really feel. Ah, Steven, finally! There you are. Help!
Oh, this is weird.
I like the ending of the book! What?
Oh.
They said our makers got together in the end. They were all... That's better.
Yep, Connie's Jill. I'm Steven.
I thought that was because they lost the... I guess you could read it that way.
Oh, that's adorable. Oh, okay, okay. Now I'm not gonna lie, this episode, it felt out of place at the beginning, admittedly. You know, it seemed just kind of a fun little story to go through. It's like, you know, they try and relive some things maybe that happened in the book. But once I started realizing that Connie wasn't really being Connie, or that the Connie we saw wasn't the real Connie, it took on a life of its own. Strangely, because so did that Connie. And I think in the grand scheme of things, this episode might not mean a whole lot, but as far as the relationship between these two characters goes, this is a huge one. I feel like it was, before it came out that he admitted that he actually liked the ending of the book and all that, I thought it was trying to get her, or trying to get Steven to tell her that he loved her or something along those lines. But I do like the way this panned out too, because it's like Connie said, he's Steven. He loves schmaltz. And I mean, in the end, I mean, I know Jill hasn't gotten into this cartoon. I have tried to get her to like and watch Steven Universe, but it's just not her thing, unfortunately. But I definitely just keep seeing these comparisons of her and myself in these two characters. These are two adorable little characters. Jill is very much just this very strong, hard-headed woman, and I love all that about her. And she gets into the Harry Potter books and other books just as much, if not more, than Connie gets into that book series, which I actually forget what the series of books is supposed to be called. But I really like that. And then, you know, me being me, I'm just kind of, with some exceptions, you know, the way a book ends, a lot of times I feel like, well, you know, that kind of feels appropriate. I kind of like that. But maybe in a more exaggerated way in the cartoon, but I feel like the dynamics of those two characters and that relationship mirrors the dynamics that Jill and I have in our relationship. And I love that through and through. I think I pretty much covered most of my favorite parts of this episode. As far as negatives go, I mean, part of me wanted to say the way Connie was acting partway through, but then when it was revealed that that wasn't the real Connie, I found that to be rather interesting. So I couldn't count that as a negative for this episode at all. I don't have any negatives for this. The only thing that I do kind of question is how Steven was able to, well, because supposedly this is the second time he's ever actually been in that room, and the first time it just went insane. So when he's in there and he has the Connie imagination portion go into this almost infinite, not infinite loop, but this logic loop, it seemed like one of those situations that could have just compounded on itself and gotten worse and worse like it did previously. So how was he able to avoid that as he did previously? It's, I don't know, I guess that's sort of a question in my mind, but again, not a negative with the episode at all. It was a really well done one, and one that definitely, again, took me by surprise. I was thinking it would be, you know, just another sort of filler episode that has, like, you know, sort of a strong point here or there. But in the end, it was a really well done episode. And I know what you all say about the filler episodes. I have my own logic about this. We'll have a discussion on it sometime if you want. But please, I know, there's not really any filler episodes in this show. But for me, what I define as filler is different from what some people consider filler. But that aside, track of the episode definitely has to go to just the music that's playing during the entire segment of when Steven was with a clone Connie, and they were going around doing their little business and walking around and feeding the turkey legs to the wind lizard or whatever it's called. And just the music in there was so adorable and peaceful, and it just felt perfect. It really, really did. I could probably also say the music that was playing during the chase when Steven was trying to get back to the real Connie, but I wasn't paying enough attention to the music there to really be able to say whether or not I would consider that a track of the episode. Now, as for a quote of the episode, honestly, the one that stands out most to me is, "Of course, you're Steven. You love schmaltz." And I know that's probably a strange one to have, but in the end, I feel like it's such an adorable way of summing up at least that aspect of their relationship. And again, it's one of the reasons why I feel is sort of close to both of the characters in that way, and because of the dynamics between me and my wife. And so yeah, that's for me, that's the quote of the episode. Now, as for anything else with this episode, as always, please do leave your own thoughts down below. Some of your favorite parts, some possible negatives you might have seen on your end, you know, tracks of the episodes, quotes, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. Leave them in the comments down below. And moving on to the next episode, instead of whatever would have come after the message, the next episode we're going to be watching is Shirt Club. So until next time, everyone, I'm Papa Ken, and I will see you for the next episode of Discovering Steven Universe. Until then, allons-y!